Hi everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you're all safe and well. It's Monday again. Not as fun when we don't win at the weekend. Anyway, hope you're safe. Whatever you and give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, give it a bloody good subscribe to the West Ham Network. And as always, we bring to you Monday to Fridays, every day, every weekday, the Hammers headlines in association with KUMB.com, where we take news from around the last 24 hours or so that affected West Ham and present the headlines back to you guys. And today is the 11th of April. Monday, the 11th of April. And obviously we've got a very exciting week coming up on terms of Thursday. And if you want to know the latest team news and injuries to not just West Ham, but a lot to Lyon, go back and check out the lunchtime show we did earlier today, because we went through they played Strasbourg, and there was a few injuries and a few people weren't playing and various others. So go back and check that all out. I bring you three headlines as always. The first one affects Mr. Danny Kretinsky. And West Ham may need to take on fresh loans to fund our transfer activity if Danny Kretinsky's money continues to be tied up in Russia. That's the view of financial guru Kieran Maguire, who spoke about the Czech billionaire's business interests. Obviously, Danny Kretinsky acquired 27% back in, when was it, November, and the deal was done for maybe with a view for a full takeover after windfall tax clause at the London Stadium expires after 2023 potentially. But a source close to West Ham has said that sanctions on Russia's businesses have left Danny Kretinsky unable to access much of his cash reserves. It is understood that the Irons transfer plans are currently on the back burner as a result, but Maguire predicts that Kretinsky could use private loans as a temporary measure to fund new additions this summer. He stated, saying the aim of West Ham's owners historically is that they've been relatively self-sufficient in the transfer window. If Kretinsky was planning to put on the afterburners in the transfer market, this could delay a few things, but 23-24 is still a few transfer windows away, and the geopolitical situation will likely have changed by then. Instead of increasing equity investment, the money is likely to come from loans. Individual investors can still spend as much as they choose, but it would come into the club through debt. So we'll see what happens. But it's just interesting to see the knock-on effects on the. There was a number of his companies which were on the watch list because of their involvement. Not sort of anything bad, but it's a financial watch list in terms of EP infrastructure. I think it was, because they're 40% of gas pool. It's all percentages and stuff. We've gone back and done a whole show about it before, so go back and check that out. But it's interesting to keep that on the old back burner. In terms of incomings, a couple of incoming stories. One is this man, James Tarkowski, and West Ham apparently still keen to sign him on a free transfer in the summer window, according to a report from Team Talk. They're still around, Team Talk, who claim that Burnley boss Sean Dyche is still in the dark as to whether the 29-year-old will sign a new deal at the Turf Moor. David Moyes has tried to sign Tarkowski on multiple occasions, and according to various sources, and quite simply Burnley were asking too much money, as much as £30 million, according to the Daily Mail. The last but one transfer window. West Ham were probably right not to buckle, in all honesty, paying that kind of money for someone who'll be 30 by the end of the year, and he's closing on the end of his current contract with Burnley would have been absolutely ridiculous, in my opinion. And now it appears as though the Hammers could sign Tarkowski for a lot less than they originally were quoted. He's coming to the end of his contract this summer, and the Hammers are keen to bring him to East London for absolutely nothing in the summer. Well, absolutely nothing. We know there's a player signing on fee, but no transfer fee, if that makes sense. He surely won't sign a new deal at Turf Moor, and the opportunity to join European chasing West Ham may be too good to turn down. Obviously, famously, he turned us down, thinking, a couple of years ago, he was saying we weren't the right fit for him. But obviously, since then, our fortunes have somewhat turned. They're not hiding anymore. They're turned a little bit now, so unlike the song. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, we know he's strong in the air, real threat from set pieces, tenacious tackler, and his playing style is somewhat of a throwback to days gone by, very similar to sort of Craig Dawson, in all honesty. He's been twice capped by England and would provide good competition for the likes of Kurt Zouma, obviously Dawson, Ugbonna, when the Italian returns from the ACL injury, probably maybe by the end of this month, potentially. But we'll see what happens there with James Tarkowski. Will he come to us eventually? Who knows? The second one is about spending some money on a player. And it's this guy, Luka Jovic. That's it. West Ham are allegedly back in the race to sign the Real Madrid striker in the summer transfer window. That's according to a report in the Mundo Deportivo, who claims that the 24-year-old's time with Real Madrid is coming to an end. He joined Real Madrid from Eintracht Frankfurt in the summer of 2019 for around 55 million quid. Not too shabby. 22 capped Serbian international has been a huge disappointment during his time at the Santiago Bernabeu. However, Mundo Deportivo reckon that the 24-year-old hitman is firmly on the Hammers' radar ahead of the summer transfer window. Despite his struggles in Madrid, I believe personally, he's a good player, and he's shown that when he was playing, particularly at Eintracht Frankfurt. He had 40 goals, 10 assists in 93 games playing for Eintracht. So there's a good player there. There's a lot of parallels to obviously Sebastian Haller as well, and West Ham and Jovic and Real Madrid. Obviously, both came from Frankfurt and both were sold relatively at the same time. Jovic is technically gifted. He has a cunning knack of being able to be in the right place at the right time and to find space in tight areas, which is really useful. Very good with the ball at his feet. He isn't the quickest by any means, but he's a very intelligent footballer. And I think he would fit in quite well with West Ham. He's proven throughout his career he's a great finisher. And if he's available for a reasonable fee this summer, I think West Ham should not think twice about getting him back, prizing him away from Real Madrid, to be honest, particularly on our chase for Europe. And that's it, ladies and gents. 3 stories, short and sweet, just like me. As I said, make sure you check out the network. Make sure you subscribe. We've got some good stuff coming up this week. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m, we've got another player appreciation night. We are looking at Bobby Moore. You may have heard of him. So we're going to be doing Bobby Moore, which would have been his 81st birthday, I believe, tomorrow. So that's why we're doing it that day. So it sort of works quite well. Martin Godinman, the voice of West Ham, and Nigel Khan will be joining us for that. We also have the previews for the Lyon game and obviously the watch along on Thursday. And in terms of Burnley, we'll see Tarkowski at Burnley when Burnley come to West Ham on Sunday. But anyway, so take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Stay lucky. Stay cheeky. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Take care, my friends. Ciao, ciao for now.